Good afternoon, everyone. We want to first thank you for being here and for your support to our Friends of Sabina. I'm sure that if you are happy to meet the kids, the joy you would find in them will be one that will be transforming for you. I saw a picture this morning of Steve and Linda with some of the picture you took how many years ago? 10 exactly. 10 years ago. So you know, just think about how young Steve was back then. And the kind of work that both he and Linda and all of you have been doing over the past many years, and you are still doing the work. So I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, especially someone who comes from the continent and knows how dire some of the needs are, and the work that we're doing to transform lives. I have always believed in education as an empowering tool, and so I'm just, thankful that we all can, support, some of these kids in Uganda. So I want to offer a word of prayer, and then I will go and get myself some sandwich and some fruits, and then I'm going to listen to all of you. The Lord be with you.
And also with you.
Let us pray. Most gracious and heavenly God, we want to thank you for all that you do for us. We want to thank you for the love that you pour into our hearts. We want to thank you for the way in which you invite us to love not only you, but to love our neighbors as ourselves. We thank you for the ministry that you have given us to care for our neighbors, for these children who are all the way in Uganda. We bless you for blessing us with the resources with which we can do your work. Bless our time together with your presence, your wisdom, your grace, and your compassionate spirit. May we always be encouraged to give, to share, to bless others with what we have. We thank you, gracious God, for the many ways in which you invite us into your life and into the life of others. May this meeting, may our conversation, may all that we do be to the honor and glory of your name. This is our prayer through Christ our Lord. Amen.
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 Thank you.
Thank you.
Come on in. Okay. So what's going to happen is that we're going to have some introductions. We'll introduce the people who are the leaders of Friends of Sabina, who are in South Carolina and in Uganda. And we're also going to introduce the people here in the parish who are currently sponsors of students in Uganda, some of whom are at Sabina and some have moved on to secondary school and so on. So I think that what I would like to do is ask Maria and Anne-Marie and Megan to introduce yourselves, and then we'll come back to our group and go through the sponsors. And for sponsors who are on Zoom, when I call your name in a little shortly, then you can just wave and the people in the room can stand up, and then we'll move right into the Uganda presentation. Go ahead, Maria and Anne-Marie.
Okay, I'm Maria White. I'm the one in South Carolina. You can probably tell by my background, the background on the wall here. I was just in Uganda for about 3 weeks in June, so recently home, and look forward to this discussion today, and just really giving honor to God and all of the amazing support that this church has offered us from day one that Anne Marie, I, and Stephen took on this project. So we're truly indebted to you guys and how God has bent your heart towards having a passion for partnering with us. We thank you.
Hi, I'm Anne Marie Davis, Maria's partner. She was leaving, I was entering the country as we continued with our support on ground at Sabina. I'm here with my cousin, Megan Heher, who joined our program last year for 1 month and fell in love with the school and the students and the spirit of education and love for the kids. I'll let her say hello, but I'm blessed to be here, as Maria said, and we are so grateful for this relationship, so thank you.
Yeah, hello. My name is Megan. I'm Irish. And as she said, I was here last year and then I came back in January and I'm going to spend the full year here with all the children.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to introduce the people in the room who are sponsors, starting with, well, actually, one in the room and one not. Steve Alpern, please stand up. Linda, could you please wave your hand? Thank you.
Hi, Linda.
Hi, Linda.
Next, Tim and Sherry Beatty, and you can wave your hand, Sherry.
Okay, good.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Ellen and Charlie Hoke. It's Ellen Boudreau, actually, and Charlie Hoke.
Hi, Ellen.
Doctors, Ellen Boudreau and Charlie Hoke. And then I'm Patricia Fanning. I'm chair of the Outreach Commission, and I'm a sponsor. I was very lucky to find someone named Patricia. It worked out really well. The only problem is when I'm searching my email, I can't, it doesn't help to search for the person's name. Diane Phillips Laguerre. You're supposed to stand up, Diane. Earlier, Diane was on a bicycle ride, so she should, I guess, get a bye if we're. Paula and Chuck Reese. And Chuck, you can wave. And Melanie, is Nick online or not? Not today. You get to stand up too. And she was helping with the food, but not bicycling. Catherine Whitaker, are you here? I don't believe she was able to join us today. I would like to introduce one other person with the clergy, and that's our new youth director, Fiona. Can you come up? Maybe there's an extra chair here if you'd like. If you're about, no. Yeah. There she is. Who gave our sermon today about weeds and wheat and chaff and evil and good. It was very moving. So you have a tough act to follow, but go ahead and start it. And if you'd like, can we meet the students by picture first? If you want, our webmaster, Chris, can show the slides and then you can just name them one by one.
You can name them.
Okay, number one.
Ready for number one?
Hold on.
We're getting there.
We're close.
No rush. Take your time.
Is that Josephine?
No, I
No.
believe that's Sandra.
Yeah.
That's Sandra. So that's Paula and Chuck's sponsoree. Sponsoree,
That is.
that's a noun. Go ahead.
Number two.
Yes.
Pictures aren't actually blown up, but I believe number two is Brian.
Yeah.
Yes, that's, let's see, who's Brian? Oh, that's Kathy, so she's not here right now. And then number three, that's Patricia. I can recognize.
That's you.
Are you able to do a full screen? Because they're hard to see on my end.
They should be full screen. They are on our end. Hold on.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yeah.
They're small on our ends, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, we can move to number four.
Number four is Marvin.
That's Melanie and Nex.
Yes.
Let's see. Let's try this again.
For number five.
Here we go.
Number 1 minute. There we go.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
good. Perfect.
that's our sweet Marvin.
Yeah, that's
We're
Marvin.
looking at Marvin again.
Okay.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's not giving me control, so it's a little bit
That's great.
finicky.
Mm.
All right, here we go.
That's Jackson.
That's Diane. Okay.
And that is Josephine. Ellen, that's your Josephine. And Charles. And that's Sharon, Linda. Stephen. That's our dear Herbert.
And that's Tim and Sherry.
Sherry,
Yeah. Well, it's Sylvia.
as well as Sylvia, both of
Purity,
them.
yeah.
Who likes to be called Purity, we learned, yes. Test. Okay, thank you so much for the introductions of the students. Go ahead now and present your part however you wish to proceed.
Great. I'm going to walk you in. I thought I'd start outside. Megan will go inside and get that ready to go. But I wanted to show, while it's dusk here, just going to take a little turn around the campus. In the section at the end, we have our dining hall. Right in front of you. We have our dormitory, our children. We have our director's house that Maria and I stay in when we're on ground. We have a gazebo that we actually hold 90% of our meetings in. We have an outdoor restrooms. And then we're back to where you started. I just wanted to share this picture. This building was expanded upon for the computer lessons. And I'm going to walk inside this. This front picture was put up by a Peace Corps worker named Sarah Forrester. And she came here and worked at Sabina for 2 years. She came and worked here for two years, and she built this structure. And since that time, Maria White and I raised the roof here, and we expanded this room to connect to our computer lab that was just opened last year. We launched the first, we had computer classes for many years, but we had a full curriculum that was launched. So the books in this area were supplied by this painting was redone.
Anne Marie, while you're waiting, Anne Marie, can you hear me? It's Patricia talking.
Yes.
I'm bringing up Sonny Arabia, who actually, he and Teddy, oh, there you are, Teddy. Do you want to come up too? Not really. Here. They were instrumental in making this library, which was a closet or something else. Can you explain?
No, we were visiting Sabina, and we were looking at setting up a library for street children. And we're walking around Sabina, and we saw a room that says library. And we looked into that, and there was just a bed on the floor. But then, as we were discussing it, Sarah, the Peace Corps volunteer, was standing behind us, and she said she had a plan with her parents to build it.
We're getting a lot of.
Okay, that's better now. So she said she will. It's not.
Let's go with this one. Here.
Okay. Technology. Okay, then maybe I'll move away. Oh, it's the speaker. No, there's a speaker there. Hello.
It's coming out of the speaker. Because, you know, stand behind the speaker. We moved it to the voice meter from the speaker.
Oh,
Stand where Patricia stands.
so where do you think?
Okay, I don't have to be saying that. That's
Okay. We know what Sonny looks like, so you can speak from wherever you want.
okay.
That sounds better, you guys.
Okay, that's fine then. Okay, so Sarah told us that she had a discussion with her parents and with her church in Illinois, and they had promised to give her enough money to build the structure. And she said, if she builds it, can we supply the books? So we said, yes, we will. So she built it, and I came back and talked to the outreach, and the church got involved. And we got a lot of librarians and some Ugandans in the church, and we got together, and some teachers. They contributed a lot of books. We had tons of books, and we had members of the parish sit down and sort the books, and we shipped the books to Uganda. And that was, and we also built the shelves. The first set of shelving that we built in there collapsed because they were not well done. So we paid for a stronger shelf to be built. So we built that, and we've sent different boxes of, we did the first set and we did the second set of books, and that's what you see out there. And so we started supporting that. We called it the Resource Center. They're supporting that, and also the librarian that took care of that, the outreach, the church, they're paying for the librarian, and we've been doing this for 15 years, 10 years plus, yes. Yes. Yeah. So that's just the long and short of it then.
Bonnie, thank you so much. And I think what's so incredible is sometimes organizations and individuals make commitments and efforts to programs, and they wonder, you know, is it still around? How is it going? Are these people still using what we built and supported? And Maria and I can say it's a resounding yes.
Yes, exactly.
And what I walked you around is our classroom block. This is a multi-purpose. So I'm going to talk about later in the presentation about the full use of these buildings. But I wanted to start with something that was seeded through your love and has been embraced all the way up to 2023. So let me go in to the next section of our building. So we began building a computer library. We ran computer classes in the library, but we thought, how powerful would it be for this school to begin teaching computer lessons in Uganda? And you must understand that primary school students do not get access to computer lessons in Uganda. So Maria had some dear friends started sponsoring a program where they were donating computers. Maria, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so they started donating computers, I want to say about 5 or 6 years ago. And then they gave me the seed money, $5,000, to start this computer lab. And then from there, Anne Marie and I reached out to donors to match that, to do the final construction of the lab. So every time we go down, whenever I go to Colorado, Anne Marie goes to Colorado, we pick up additional computers for the computer lab. And I think we're at 20, 25 computers so far donated. Our goal is to have 1-to-1 computers per child. So we are still aggressively getting computers from this company, this private company. Yeah.
So thank you for that. And we'll go into that a little bit more because we have Richard, who you have been sponsoring as our librarian and jack of all trades. We'll say we're going to touch base on him later. But as I walk into this room, I'd like to introduce to you our choir. This choir won first place in the last 2 competitions, which was a parish level and a dinerary level. And entered in Masaka, which is the diocesan level, where they came in 2nd place overall. And they wanted to perform for you tonight. And Agnes, you can't leave. Agnes is the choir lead, so she is going to stay here and join. You may begin.
Gloria
you like that?
Wow.
So these beautiful students have been practicing, and we'll talk a little bit about the programs that Maria and I are running here, but we're really looking at the children as a whole. We mentioned some of the choir winnings. They also won in dance. They won first place in Bible reading, and they came in maybe fourth place in the writing section. So I just want to give you all a great thank you, students, for your love and support and hard work here, yeah? Yeah. We're going to sit down and start our program, and with that, we're going to ask those members who are sponsored by Christ Episcopal Church to stay with Aunt Megan and I. You guys can give flowers.
While you all are setting up, I'll just say a couple of things just so you understand how some of the support happens. Outreach takes your contributions and vestry-approved funds, and with the help of Ann Barnes, wave your hand, please, Ann. Yes, who keeps track of all of our budgeting. We look at the needs every year, and with the help of Sonny and Teddy, who do the foreign exchange with shillings, which are way disproportionate to dollars. We can never figure out how many shillings are involved, but they can. So then we figure out how we can use the parish's contributions to help keep this community resource center and library running. So that means internet service, or at least a portion of it, periodicals, textbooks, and the librarian's salary. And it's used not only by the students at Sabina, but by the community who can come in and study or read or use it for their own resource. Are you all ready to take it back?
Yeah, they have control.
Thanks, Chris.
So we wanted to walk through the presentation to highlight what you're seeing up there first, which is, I'm trying to get this. Just wanted to modify my screen. There we go. Is our vision and our core values. So the organization is really focused on cultivating lifelong learning, lifelong curiosity and love of learning for all. And we believe that learning, as we've talked to Richard, the house moms, all of our students here, it's a continuous process. And so if you start early with having them love learning, they just continue growing all their lives. We talk about our core values. We're faith-based. We believe in trust, worthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, citizenship, and teamwork. And those are from the Character Counts program that is out of the US. So we share those core values with our students here, and we talk about, how important it is for them to be raised with those strong values. Below is just a picture of our students. Earlier this year, Megan was here, and we had a number of our students receive their baptism. They were baptized into the Catholic faith, and they also received their first communion. So that's a sweet picture from that. Okay, the next one, I think you already said that, but I'm just going to do it one more time, which is this beautiful opportunity to meet your students. So here with us today, and you guys can maybe give a wave. Sharon, how about you? You want to stand up here and wave? Okay, everyone see Sharon? Okay, then we have Brian. Brian, give a big wave. Uh-huh. Yeah. Then we have Purity. Purity, where are you?
Where's Purity?
Yeah, there she is. Josephine is at Blessed Sacrament Secondary School. She's not with us today, but we sure have Jackson. Jackson, you want to say hello? We have Marvin. Where's Marvin? You.
Someone saying hello to you. Hey, that's Melanie.
Yeah, and then we have Sandra, and Sandra is at Christ the King, and there's a photo of her. They're away at school. We have Herbert. Where's Herbert? Our little man. Yeah, how are you? Huh? And then at end we have Patricia.
She's over here.
So, Anne Marie, I'm not sure if each of them knows their sponsor, so I'm wondering how do we make that connection? Patricia, on your end, can you point out Herbert's sponsor?
Sure.
Okay. Just so, yeah.
Why don't we start with Diane?
Well, I was gonna say the camera, maybe.
Oh, okay, come over here.
Okay.
Well, we'll start with Diane, but then she can help with the camera action too.
Okay.
Diane, and I'm sponsoring Jackson.
Jackson.
Action Jackson.
Okay.
Good to see you, Jackson.
All right, so why don't you stay there and let's do Tim and Sherry next. Do you think we can
Negotiate that.
do this? We're working with chords. It's very complicated. Be patient, please. Yes,
They have Herbert and Sylvia.
yeah.
All right, who do we have? Hey. Here we are.
And Sylvia likes to be called Purity.
Nice to meet you.
Okay.
My name is Nicholas Livia Purit.
And next, why don't we do Steve? And then Linda is on remotely.
Tim and Sherry also have Herbert right there. Yeah, the little one.
Can we have a close-up of Sharon?
Sharon?
Hi, Sharon. We're very proud of you.
Okay.
There's Linda.
Yeah, Linda is remote. Linda, wave your hand, please. Thank you.
Linda?
And Melanie is right here. So you have Marvin,
I
right?
have Marvin. Marvin, I love the video and I owe you another letter. It's nice to meet you in person.
Me too.
Good drumming.
Good drumming.
And then Paula and Chuck.
Is Sandra there? I thought she was.
Is Sandra?
She's at another school.
She's at secondary school now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. And Ellen,
I have a nice video from.
Ellen and Charlie are your students?
She's in secondary school also.
Oh, okay, they're in secondary school. So is Patricia the only Sabina student left?
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Patricia. We talked yesterday. Okay, great.
Nice, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Maria.
So the kids are delighted to be here and actually see you and meet you also. We have been able to do some FaceTiming. Yeah, we'll move on to the next slide. We'll talk about that a little bit more in sponsorship. And that is creating connections between our sponsors, the students, and our sponsorship coordinator. Deborah has been with our program and knowing these children probably for most of their lives at Sabina. And she is incredibly loving and supportive, not only from an academics perspective, but also from coordinating all of the letter writing and phone videos. And well, when I'm here, I also give a little bit of hand. But I wanted to also say that Megan Haher, since joining this program, has been instrumental in working with Maria White, who really leads our sponsorship efforts in the U.S. She's done an amazing job, but she works closely with Deborah and Megan, and we kind of have a different program because we want you to know that literally every dollar that you give to Friends of Sabina is going into the care of these children. Maria, I don't know if you want to add anything more, but I can say to you all how proud we are of the children, but also the programs that we're struggling to offer to them. It's tough. It's not always easy, but we really believe in offering the children a holistic opportunity to learn and grow in their faith. And so we thought it was important for you to get to know Deborah. It's Sunday night here, and so she's not with us today, but that's a little bit about Deborah.
I would say that, so Anne-Marie and I are not paid employees. Megan is volunteering her entire year at Sabina. Deborah is actually the only staff employee, and it's basically a donation to her. She spends endless hours, 6 days a week, and if I told you what we paid you, you would be upset with us because she gets underpaid. But her money, her token of our appreciation comes out of the sponsorship dollars. And then we have Stephen, who's also our partner in this, and Anne-Marie and I pay him a nominal fee, but that comes out of our private funds.
Thank you, Maria. So then we're going to move a little bit into Sabina's talented students, because we just, our campus is abuzz with the students moving about in various capacity. So we're going to play just a short video for you here.
That's a good plan. Football. I guess they wanted dancing too. They must have the school competition.
Okay, so that's a little bit of a performance, and some of the boys and girls that are here today were up on stage, so thank you.
Anne-Marie, I'm going to interject just for a minute here, and I've given Teddy just a brief, would you please stand? I just want you to know that Teddy was once on the national tour of the predecessor nonprofit Children of Uganda. So she did the traditional dances in multiple venues. I know in San Francisco, because isn't that where you and Sonny met? But I just want to make sure that the students know that in our own group here, we have a traditional Ugandan dancer.
Teddy, I have a question for you. How did we do?
Teddy?
Very well. No, I'm so proud. Really, really well.
Yes. Can I have one more interjection? Steve wants to say something, and I want to take this opportunity.
This is really to Maria and Anne Marie. A bunch of us exactly 10 years ago today were at Sabina visiting and looking at what Sabina was then and what it is now. If I weren't so charitable, I would say it was a dump back then. But I'm too charitable. But it's a beautiful school now, and that is really thanks to Anne Marie and Maria. They've done an incredible job.
Well, Stephen, thank you so much. Your visits here before, you just kept that spirit going all the way to now. So for me, we're blessed with all of you in this room and so many that, I think I traveled to Uganda the first time with Ellen. I think we explored like 50 schools with her and Charlie in 2014. And it's just been amazing. You have led us, God has led us to you, honestly. It's just you think about how you laid the seeds, and well, Maria, you've always been there, so you've been there far before me. So thank you for that, Maria. But thank you all for those kind words. Thank you.
And I would like to add, Steve, that what you're looking at, the picture you're looking at now was a newly created stage last year, newly created. But if you can envision, this was the area where they used to cook. So you remember the stoves that was pitch black and fire was burling out the sides onto the top of them. This was that area with pitch black walls, etc. So you can see the before and the after.
This lady is Maria, and she's the one that helped with the funding. She's here in the US. So I guess Steve Alpern made the original connection.
Last 10 years ago.
10 years ago. So we talk a little bit about the various opportunities that we're offering our children. And one of them is, and something that Maria and I are looking at from a sustainability perspective, but this school break, we allowed these boys that are in your program stay with us, and they had a week's training from the head of our permaculture program. Who are the boys involved? Raise your hands, yes. And they stayed and they learned about coffee. And I think after that week, you all talked about something that you took away. Do you want to share anything you took away from that week? Yes.
We learned how to harvest coffee.
How to harvest it. How about you?
I learned how to prune coffee and how to care for the coffee plantation.
Okay.
I learned how to sun dry the coffee.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. One of those guys is the one that we sponsor. I'm not sure.
So you know what?
Which one?
Which one?
Which name?
We got Brian, Marvin, and Jackson that were in that program. Yeah. So
Yeah, so these are life skills.
these are life skills that we're expanding to them. And Maria is probably going to share a little bit about some sustainability efforts, but we're starting right here on our campus. So these are plants that are right behind their dorm areas, and they're able to go in there and learn the whole process of growing coffee. And we're in the next stage now, so they're harvesting it, and then we got to take it to the mill and see how much money we made. Right? Yeah. Okay, the next slide that we're talking about is really sponsoring a child. And we just wanted to highlight, because we talked about some of the sponsorship programs and the amazing people that are here that are sponsoring. When Maria and I started, we had a group of individuals that we needed to find sponsors for, and I can't believe how amazing your church has been in sponsoring these children. We continue these efforts. We have challenges on a regular basis with children who are brought to us, and someone shares a story, their extreme hardships, maybe both their parents have passed or there's been a terrible tragedy in their family, and Maria and I assess whether or not we can take them into the program, but we can only do that with sponsoring. So we work diligently. If we find a child that is truly suffering, we try and see how we can move forward with that. So the sponsorship, Maria, do you want to talk about sponsoring a child? We have two levels. We have our primary school level of sponsorship and our secondary school level.
Right, so primary school is here at Sabina, and that's $600. Secondary is $1,000, and that's when they move out of it. It's equivalent to like high school in the United States. We have options for co-sponsoring a child at secondary level, if that's an option if somebody's interested in that. Right now, we have two primary children that one needs a co-sponsor, and I believe the other, Roger, is it Emery? But he needs a full sponsor, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yep, Roger needs a full sponsorship. So that's kind of the status. All of our, those that are sponsoring P7 children now will receive a letter from me in August, mid-August, explaining the secondary school program and what that entails as the kid moves on to secondary school. But we're in the process of preparing and seeing if we have commitments for the sponsor to bump up from primary to secondary.
Thank you, Maria. And as you can see, this picture here is highlighting, and we'll talk a tiny bit about it later on in our education slide, but we are working with our teachers. This is the primary school as they transition to learning about play-based teaching in these programs. And we have, just this session alone, we've had 2 teachers training to come back. These are teachers who are training early childhood education in the schools. They've actually worked with some of our teachers in their schools, but they're coming and giving hands-on experience. And we have just seen these children blossom. Right before Maria came over, they sent her a wish list of items to bring over. Maria brought a lovely a volunteer with her, and Maria and the sponsor brought over many of the items that we find in these classrooms today. Megan Heher has also brought in a number of things. And I said to everyone, I don't pack my bags without going to Goodwill or Salvation Army, because it's amazing the toys that you can find there that people are gently used, that people don't need anymore, and we're able to bring suitcases over at a time, or we're trying anyway. Yeah. I'll go to the next slide, which is the other critically important for us, and that's sponsoring our teachers. We talked a little bit about this, and Maria and I are working just so hard on trying to keep our classroom size down. You know, in Uganda, I just went to a school and they said that they have 75 children to 100 children in a classroom, in a single classroom with a teacher. And we are really working hard we know that our school fees, are the way in which we pay our expenses, but we're also trying to allow the community children come to Sabina. This is a community school. So in our effort to keep our fees normalized, we thought, okay, if we can find a sponsor for a teacher, those children that are struggling, or us keeping our fees a little bit lower, it helps in aiding not only the salaries of the teachers, but it also aids them in the teacher training programs that we're trying to continuously train our teachers. So today, we have about 18 teachers, Maria, is that correct? And 14 are sponsored?
Correct. Yeah. Yep, 14 are sponsored. So that is a need of ours, is to find teacher sponsors, because as Anne-Marie said, when we have issues with not receiving sponsors, not receiving guardian fees for each of the students, that kind of impacts how much extra money we have to do the continuing ed program. So when we have teacher sponsors, then we're more assured of providing our teachers with what they need to become to advance in their curriculum and in their field. And we're also, to be honest, since our school is improving in the quality of its academics, we're drawing more highly trained teachers. Well, with getting more highly trained teachers comes a higher salary. Some of the newer teachers are coming all the way from Kampala, which means they have to either uproot their family or they move to Sanjay with one of their kids. Well, that's an extra expense. If a husband lives in Kampala, they live in Sanjay. Imagine running two households and being separated. So that means they have to garner a higher salary. So we're trying to meet the salary demands and needs and make sure that they stay up to par with the quality of continuing ed that they're receiving.
Thank you, Maria.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to move on to the next slide, and we kind of walk through with yourselves, but we talk about the library and the computer blocks. So earlier you were able to see us walk through this area and give you great, much gratitude for you planting the seeds and bringing the books to it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just a couple of shots from it. You could see throughout the campus, we also kind of have this talking community, talking and learning area. We have a local artist, and this is an example. He created a giraffe that's eating from, is that a mango tree? Richard?
Mango tree, yeah.
Right in front of the computer lab, okay? As we move on, we walk through this area, so we won't stay on here, but as you heard us, we have full utilization of it. So our P7 learners, and we have some of them in here now. How many are P7? You guys are in there and you're learning every day, yeah? Yes, so they're utilizing this as one of the areas of learning while also allowing students to use the library and the computer lab. As we move on to the next slide, we want to talk about the launch of the computer lab. I won't stay long, but it is powerful. Maria shared the partnership that she had with one family that has been donating and company that's been donating in Colorado, but we are very open. If anyone has any gently used laptops, we decided that we're not using desktops. So if you'll notice in our laboratory, the lab does not have desktops. We use all laptops. So you see in this pictures, we hold it for meetings and workshops. At 1 o'clock every day, Monday through Friday, our little learners come in and they watch movies. This is our nursery program after lunch, and some of them doze and some of them sing, but it's quite beautiful. Richard and brother Paul have a full computer program also running out of the center. Additionally, we're going to talk about a program that we added this year, and that is our tutoring program. Linda, I think when you were out here with Stephen, tutoring is so important, especially for very vulnerable children. And we are trying to come up with a program where tutoring is available for our students. And this is an area, as Maria mentioned, with a lack of, we're slightly under on our teacher sponsorship, but any sponsorship money coming in towards those teachers, even if we got 20 sponsors, we can add that money to bringing in those who can help grow our tutoring program. And this is just being formally launched. Megan had a friend over from Ireland in February and March. Her name was Martina. She was a teacher. They kicked it off. We right now have an intern named Jacqueline, and she's also part of our tutoring program, but we're looking to grow that through the year. And then, I just don't even know what to say about this man. So I'm going to put him in my seat because I'm going to put him in the hot spot. But I will say this is a man of all trades. Your Richard, who you sponsor as a librarian, is truly an absolutely incredible human being in all ways. This is the corner picture of you and your lovely daughter. She got christened this year, so you're a father.
Yeah.
You're a computer teacher. He was, the below picture was with Richard and brother Paul. That was 2021 during COVID.
Yeah, during COVID 2021.
And what did you do there?
We learned computer skills.
Okay.
And we got all certificates as teachers.
Got it, your certificate. So we were
Anne Marie, I'm not sure we could hear what Richard is saying. Can he repeat, please?
Yeah, below where you see Brother Paul with Anna Marie plus me, I was just getting my certificate of ICT because we had completed all our classes of ICT.
So that's one of his pictures. So that's him earning his certification on that. He's also our main football coach. He is our librarian. He works in the corn mill. I think I don't have enough pictures on this page. The page isn't large enough to say all of the incredible things that Richard does for us. And I just would like him to say a few words, talking a little bit about yourself and what you do here, okay?
Yeah, hello everyone. Nice to meet you. I'm Richard Tumusime, an old boy of this school, because I started my nursery classes from here. I joined even primary school from here. Then from here, I tried to go for high school at Kakuto Christian High School. Then I completed my high school or high level. Then I joined this school as a volunteer in 2017. I worked with Bruce. This Bruce was our librarian by then. And I was helping him in some areas, helping teachers in typing exams, printing and photocopying every kind of paper. I was helping also in our dormitories, helping our mothers, helping even cooks, because I was also helping them in splitting firewood, like even helping Uncle Dembe over there in garden, until when Bruce left for further notes or for further education, I was given a chance to be a librarian officially. I used this chance because I had that kind of experience from Bruce and from everyone, because I was everywhere in the office, each and every kind of department. I used this office very well. I served my role, or I played my role in a very great way, because I had an experience from Bruce. Then I got a chance of a computer lab in this school. I played this chance in a very great way. I got a chance of being a computer lab attendant, and again, I got a chance of leading this department. But in this department, I'm working with Brother Paul, who is a professional teacher who has been helping us in ICT. And he's always here on Wednesday, and we teach from primary 4, primary 5, primary 6, up to P7. But in our classes, we teach only, we tackle only on 4 modules. We have the most key that we started with was a keyboard, because if you don't start with a keyboard, you have nothing at all on a computer. Then the second module we covered was just Microsoft Word, which was nice. And P4s are still on that, but other classes completed that. But right now, other classes like P6 and P7Es are just covering Microsoft Word, but we still have PowerPoint. I don't only work as a computer lab attendant. I go even in our projects like Sabina Mais Miller. I help Uncle Dembe in such kind of department. I know I have to go always there at evening, and I have that money that they receive at the end of the day. I have to move out each and every night, or each and every day, or each and every evening for depositing that money. But I use only my bicycle, which was donated by Aunt Anna Marie Davis. Though the school has no any kind of motorcycle or any kind of bicycle or a van, I just try my level best to move with my bicycle up to the bank, which is very near here in town. Even not even banking only, I just move whenever I'm sent out. I just ride my bicycle up to the town. Yeah, but right now we are having a great bakery. I'm also involved in that. I'm everywhere. Even I'm getting a chance of being a head coach of football, and I'm working with Emma, who's a good one, and I love to work with everyone here at Sabina, and I love working with community people because I'm just on that team of community football club. I do a lot here at Sabina. I'm all concerned of Wi-Fi, and I'm all concerned of whatever electricity is off. I'm there. I work with everyone. Yeah, this is the man of all trades. Yeah, last thing I can share with you is only one thing I got from God. It's just a gift of my daughter, Rachel Emanuela, and I thank God for that.
Yeah. Thank you, Richard.
That's all. Thank you.
So blessings from all of you, because as Patricia raised earlier, your donation each year pays for Richard's salary. And Maria and I, honestly, we don't know what we would do without him. I can't say the number of times we had a camp today. Maria's like, call Richard. We had this. It's like, call Richard. How about the baker? Get Richard on the line. So he's truly just a blessing for this school. As he said, he raised himself as a child here, and now he's has a child. So it's just a beautiful story. So thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Richard.
A little bit just on this WASH update. So, you know, as Maria and I said, you know, it's not always easy, and there's many struggles that we have, but you know, we find ways to persevere and continue on. So I'm going to give a brief update on WASH. Today, our WASH program is on hold. We have depleted all of the funds that we had to build our structures. And, you know, I think for Maria and I, we took an approach of let's try and get everything being built at the same time, because from an economics perspective, the construction, you know, when you have the builders down, they're building all the buildings, you know, they're doing it all together. So instead of them coming and going, we set up 7 structures. And so I'm just going to play just a little bit of a short video, but the program is just a little bit on hold right now. And so that is a little bit about our WASH program. And what you can see with that is we have run out of funding. However, the program is looking, Maria and I actually, when we come home, I'll be leaving here in August, we're going to try and brainstorm together about how to reignite our fundraising to finish these structures. And at a high level, it's basically when you're looking at all of these, you know, we need to finish the floors. We're looking at doing a terrazzo floor, and those floorings will last like 50 years. Yeah, they're a little bit more expensive, so the project gets a little bit more costly. But we're trying to build to last. The walls need to be finished. Some of the bathroom areas need to be finished. Stephen and Sunny and Teddy and Linda, Ellen, those of you who have been here before, you could see Marie and I didn't just take an approach of fix the toilet that was in there. We tried to think, what are the needs of the growing school in 2023, right? No construction had been done since the 1990s. So we've developed area for bathing, but also washing behind. We have proper toilets. We're putting in hand washing sinks. So there's so many items that Marie and I had to look at and say, optimally, what can we do at the most efficient way of using our cash, but also know that we're building for the future. And that's been our effort. It's truly bringing water, sanitation, and hygiene to the highest levels of this school. And it's built for the next 20 years plus with maintenance that we're hoping. So I would say to you today, our goal is probably to raise another about $70,000 US. There are many, many different areas. You saw briefly large pumps that were going in, huge water tanks. There was so much that was done with the donations that we've raised to date. And we just need that final push. And I'm confident that we will be successful in completing this project shortly. So with that.
Wait, Anne Marie, I'm going to interrupt one more time. Forgive me, but Father Manny needs to leave and go to another commitment. So can you step? You're not in the webcam.
Okay.
Come over this way, please.
Oh, well, all that I want to say was to thank you all and thank Anne Marie and her group for all the work that they do. When I came to Christchurch about 6 years ago, our budget allocation for outreach was about 12 or 13,000, and over the years it's grown to, last year we allocated 25,000, 20,000. Yeah, and my hope is to work our way up to about 10,000, to about 10% of our annual budget going to outreach. But what I want to say is that for next year, the hope is that I think that Richard's salary is 1,200, and my hope is that to work with the budget committee to increase it to about 50% increase for Richard's salary. So he'll be receiving 1,800 instead of 1,200, and so and then we would make sure that our outreach budget goes up significantly to support the work that you all do at the Friends in Uganda. And I just want to thank you for all of that. So my commitment is to outreach primarily, and we would work and make sure that we give outreach the best support that we can get, and then to increase the budget year in and year out. Hopefully, in the next couple of years, we're going to get about 10% of our annual budget going to outreach. So thank you all very much. Yep.
Thank you.
With that, I want to say goodbye.
Thank you. Back to you, Anne Marie and Maria.
Yeah, so I think for us, I was just signing off from Uganda with a great thank you from Maria and I. And Maria, I don't know if there's anything, there's so much, I mean, it's incredible because there's so much that we want to share, and we only have a certain limited amount of time, but we do try, whether or not you can make a donation at this time, we do send out newsletters. So if you're interested, sign up for those newsletters. They're enlightening. They give a lot of information about what's going on ground. We didn't cover everything because there's a lot in the newsletters, but I will tell you, when Maria's here and I'm here, it's I don't know, Maria, 5:36 in the morning till 11 at night almost, right?
You're exhausted. Yeah, you're exhausted. I would like to add to what Anne Marie said. Are there any sponsors in the audience that have not received a newsletter? Have not received a newsletter? No? Okay. And if there are any if there are any non-sponsors that want to receive a newsletter, then if you can give your names to Patricia and Patricia can email me. We have a newsletter that's going out in about 3 weeks. So this would be a perfect time to add you to our mailing list. There's another person maybe in your audience. Her name is Dion. Dion, is she there?
Dion, come up here. Yeah, come a little farther up so we can catch you on the webcam.
I don't want to embarrass Dion, but every
You're
time,
going to, right?
yeah, and I don't want to embarrass you, but every time you hear about something that Sabina needs, you send me a check. And Anne-Marie and I are so grateful for your faithfulness and your confidence in this passion that God has put on our hearts and supporting us and implementing that. So I personally also wanted to thank you for that. Lastly, I do want to
And Maria and Anne-Marie, we also want to make sure we have whoever's online, and I believe Catherine Whitaker is now. Kathy, is that you? Yes, that's Brian's sponsor. So I don't know if you can show both Brian and Kathy each other, but if you would, that would be great.
Okay. Is Kathy in the pink and green?
Yes, that's
Oh,
me.
yes, that's okay. That's Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Also on my end, to wrap up from what Anne-Marie is saying as far as our needs, we mentioned teacher sponsorship, a need to increase by 4 or 5 more teacher sponsors. We have 2 students that one needs full sponsorship, another needs partial sponsorship, which is $300, right, Anne-Marie?
Yeah.
$300. And the last is in our emails or in our newsletters, you're going to hear us talking about sustainability. We are fully aware that some of the things that we're implementing, like teacher sponsorships, student sponsorships, are not truly sustainable. This year, I had 3 teacher sponsors pull away. They had been faithful sponsors for the last 4 or 5 years, back when COU ran the program, etc. So, you know, we are very mindful of donor burnout. And so when it comes to sustainability, we are looking at a couple of areas. One is starting a coffee plantation and earning income off of coffee. Another is we put in a bakery, and as Richard attested to, the baked goods, we're researching now if there's a market, other schools in the area that would like to purchase our baked goods. But I just want you all to know in full confidence that Anne-Marie and I are working with a team of people on ground to think of ways to create sustainability for the Sabina schools, so that if donors drop off, or the best idea is that they don't need our support. They can run that school on their own using Ugandan dollars. Just be aware that you will start hearing more and more about sustainability and our little fundraising effort we may have to buy land. There's some things that we'll have to buy to get both of those ideas up and running to help towards sustainability. So what about questions in the audience?
Yes, we need to see if anyone, or from people online, either
Okay,
way.
yeah.
So remote questions are welcome as well. Paula has one. What?
The dollar amount for sponsoring a teacher.
Oh, the dollar amount for sponsoring a teacher, and the fact that it's not an individual direct relationship like with the students.
Sure. She's asking for the dollar amount?
Yes.
How much to sponsor?
Is that 1,600 or 800, Anne-Marie?
It's 1,800.
800. 1,000. Yeah, 1,800.
And we have, as Maria said, we have co-sponsors. I mean, So I know a number of people will go into together to co-sponsor a teacher. You know, for us, that's paying a minimal salary, which is about $125 a month. And so we top it up, but we kept it at $1,800 a year because we know that that's a great ask to ask for somebody. But our goal is it's $150 a month.
Right, 150 a month. And the reason that we do not have, we do not attach a sponsor to a teacher like we do with the students is that if the students' tuitions are paid, they're pretty much guaranteed to stay at Sabina during the course of their primary school years. With teachers, as in the United States, some teachers may leave, they may move on to a better paying job, they may go back to university, grad school. There's a higher level of unpredictability. However, I will say that Sabina as a whole has been very lucky in that our teachers don't transition. They don't seem to transition as much as you would expect. So your dollars, the 1,800, are going into the program to improve the program as a whole. It supports the entire program. If you want to develop a relationship with a teacher, we're happy to implement that and get that going. But I just needed you to hear and understand the reason why it's not that that one-on-one relationship as it is with your scholars who you'll follow all the way till university.
Other questions from the group here? Melanie.
Just with the WASH program, you talk about how you had to put it on hold right now, but I'm sure you have like your plan, you know the things that you want to do. If you were to add like next steps, is there a list that we might be able to see, or how much a certain project is to complete, or things like that? And it doesn't have to be today, it can be in the future, you can tell us.
No, absolutely. So Maria and I have sat down. So we didn't mention much about it, but Stephen Sango is our man on the ground. And so I am going to be sitting down. We do have an idea of what needs to be done next. We're talking about and how important it is to get the bathrooms done, to get the flooring done, because once you've got the floor done, then you're building up from that. So we do have a list, and if you could give us just a little bit of time, we'll put that together. It's kind of like our wish list of how to move that program forward. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, and
Are there any questions? Oh, go ahead, Maria.
No, we also strategize on the best time to actually have workmen on campus. And of course, having, what are we at with boarders? 250, 275 boarders on ground, roundabout number. As we have breaks, there's a school break coming up shortly. We have the winter break in December, Christmas. Those are ideal times to not get in the way, students not getting in the way of construction. So those are all other factors that come into play.
Maria or Anne-Marie, could you explain just very briefly how the terms work? Because your schedule of education differs from that in the United States. So we're really not clear when the students are with you and when they're at their home, if they're boarders, or how the schedule works. And we're so glad the students are there today. And thank you so much. And if they have questions, also, we want to know if they do have questions of us.
But the school term, if you want to think about it, because we're on the equator, so oftentimes in the US, school terms were because of the weather and the schools were in air conditioning and so on and so forth. We're calendar based. So the temperature here doesn't really change drastically throughout the year. So the school starts in February of each year, beginning of February, and it goes into 3 terms. Now, funny enough, for Maria and I, we started in March of 2020 and got hit with COVID. So our first 2 years in the program, it's been up and down, so nothing was normal. But I think Maria and I could say we're back to normal now,
yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's 3 terms. It follows the British school system. So this was a British colony, The primary language or the official language of Uganda is English. The students are schooled in English, but they also are schooled in Lugandan. And I believe we just this year in P4, we just are introducing schooling in Swahili. They're going to be learning Swahili because Uganda is part of the East African nation. And there's many countries that come together and the majority speak Swahili. It has 3 terms and they're about 14 weeks. They used to be 12 weeks, but they're kind of going between 12 and 15 weeks. Then the students have a 3-week break. So you hear about it in the US. Can we be schooled like, continuous schooling? Those are ideas that are happening. That's what happens here. And for some of our students, their breaks are even shorter if they're in the graduate classes. So the students today will be here until August 25th, I believe.
Yeah.
They'll begin their break on the 28th. And then on the 28th, they'll go home for 3 weeks. However, those fine boys who are and girls who are in P6 and P7, they're only going home for 1 week. And they are coming back then to study. And that is because they're taking their primary leaving exam for P7. I believe, is that the first week in November? You boys tell me, when is your exam? First week in November. And that is just such a critical exam, as Teddy can share with you, that score in that exam is going to guide you into the types of schools that you will be accepted in or even successful in as you think about where you're at in your life right now and the next level of education. So the P7 students will be taking their leaving exams in early November, but once they come back, school officially starts on September 18th. So they're off on the 25th, they're home between the 25th, 28th, and they're back on the 18th. And then we start term 3. And term 3 then ends the first week of December. And that'll be the end of the year. The students will go home then for almost 8 weeks, or actually for 8 weeks, unless the graduate class comes back a week or two early, and then we'll start the new year for 2024.
Thank you. We have a question. Go ahead, Barbara.
Yes, I was wondering about the food that the children do. Do they do any of their own farming of the food?
Yeah. How about one of our students? Can you talk about the food that you eat here? Marvin, you come up. I'll let him share about the food he eats every day. Yeah. And work in the garden. Yeah.
I'm gonna put this back down.
Here at school we eat rice, matoke, sweet potato. Like today, we have eat sweet potato with beans.
And where are those grown? Where's the sweet potato?
And the sweet potatoes are grown by ourselves in our gardens.
And then do you harvest them? Do you go and pick the potatoes?
Yeah. Harvest them on weekend, Saturday.
Okay. And what else do you eat from the gardens?
What?
What else do you eat from the gardens? Do you get any greens or what else do you like?
Yeah, fruits like mangoes, pawpaws,
Avocados.
avocados. Like now, we have maize.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When that maize gets ready, it will be taken to our maize milling machine to be milled.
And what do we do with that after it's milled?
Then we get posho to eat.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions, or are we, and people can stay afterward to talk individually if you want, because the Zoom will continue until we disconnect it, basically. Are there questions from the students about any of us, or people online have questions?
I have a question for Teddy. Teddy, that's Teddy in the back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering, Do you make, I'm sure the kids would like to know this, but do you make poshu or matoki for your children in America?
And also, where are your boys? Are they, can you bring them downstairs?
Actually, the kids don't like posho, which is the maize corn, but they do like the liquid part of it, which is porridge.
Jonah upstairs?
So the corn that he was talking about, you could make two things. You could either make posho, which is hard to eat, is the food posh version of it, or you could make the liquid version, which is porridge. So the boys do like porridge if you put in sugar.
Hey, these boys, yeah. Do you like sugar?
Yes. Yeah, Ugandans, for some reason, we do like sugar. If you give us anything like tea without sugar or milk without sugar, we really don't favor that. But then the matoke, they don't like because matoke really don't have any flavor in it. So it's like bland. So here, like the version that probably Americans will be like a plantain because it's a little bit sweeter. But the actual matoke that we have back home, really typically people here don't favor it.
What's your boy's favorite food?
Well, wait, we're getting one of the boys to come. And so one of your boys is playing soccer this weekend, is that right?
Here they are.
Oh, here you go. Can you go over by, yeah.
You could ask, you could ask Jonah because he's the
Could you
same
sit
age as
here?
the kid.
Okay.
Jonah, about porridge.
What's your favorite food?
It's the porridge.
You like Ugandan food?
Yes.
What were you saying yes to? We didn't hear it.
They were asking if I liked Ugandan food, and I said yes.
And what is your favorite Ugandan meal?
I mean, I mostly just have meals that my mom makes. I don't really know the names of them, but just the ones that she makes, I like them.
Okay. What grade are you in?
I'm going into my final year of high school.
Of what?
Of high school. I'm going to my final year of high school.
Okay, so for the boys next sitting in back of Anne-Marie, he's in his last year of high school, so next year he'll be at university. Right? Yeah. Yeah, and they're all in P7. The kids you're looking at now are in P7, so they'll be taking a big exam to move on to secondary school soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck.
Do you have any recollections from when you went to Sabina Primary School, or when you went to the source of the equator and and touched the source of it?
I mean, I was just really, well, I mean, I was really young at the time, so I don't really have too much memory of it, but I just remember that it was really hot and that it was a fun experience for me and my brother.
Do you kids, the Sabina kids, do you all have any questions for Johanna?
It's Jonah.
Jonah, do you have any questions for a student, Jonah?
Class is Jonah.
No.
Speak louder, Marvin.
Which class is Jonah?
Class would be.
So Joan, I think just explaining it here, your class would be, you're a senior in high school, correct?
Yes, I'm going to.
So that would relate to in Uganda, he would be senior 4.
So in Uganda, it would be S6. That's the grade that I'm going into.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Nice, thank you.
Just so they know, like Uganda is on the bridge kind of education, so there is a class list. So like from senior 1 to senior 4, and then 2 years of senior 5 and 6, here they kind of like miss, like the American system is a 1 year less than Uganda.
Yeah, so it's kind of different.
So what are you studying? That might, like, what classes do you take?
Well, I think it's different because for us, we just kind of take like a bunch of different, like we'll take different science classes, different math classes. So it's not really like each year has a specific one. It's just a bunch of classes in one. So this year I'll be taking calculus and I think another level of physics, and then like the last English class.
Hmm.
So,
Okay.
Thank you, Jonah.
Thank you, Jonah.
So I think we're ready to sign off. It's what I promised everyone we could leave at, I'm trying to get back in the camera, wherever, that we could leave at 1:30, but why don't we say goodbye except for anyone who wants to stay on, including the people who are remote, and then we can have some individual time if you want to stay. I don't know, what time is it there?
Right now, we're at 8:28 in the evening, so on a Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, so we don't want to linger too long. Okay.
But if anyone wants to say hi to their student here, we can put the camera over to them and.
You want to start with Marvin? Okay, so what we're going to do is say goodbye to everyone, and then Melanie and Marvin will pair them up, and then we can go from there. So anyone who wants to log off or leave the room, thank you so much, and we really appreciate it. Bye. Okay, Melanie, why don't you come up?
Thank you, Pamela.
I won't keep you because I know you're probably tired, but I just wanted to say how nice it was to meet all of you, and really nice to meet you in person. Marvin, come up?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see me? So I will respond to your letter again. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate the video. It was fantastic.
You can sit down.
I can sit down. Oh, thank you. And do you have any questions for me before I let you go?
This was the last time Jonah went to Sabina.
Oh my gosh, we have to.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I don't know how he can.
How is your daughter?
How's what?
Put it on the camera.
How is your daughter?
Oh, my daughter is
How
great.
is your daughter?
Both of my daughters are good. I have one in New York that's going to have a baby in October. And then the one that just got married that I sent you the pictures of, she's actually in another state. She's in the state of Pennsylvania for a baby shower. And she'll be home. They're living with us. They're trying to save money to buy a house. But everybody is good. Thank you.
Just sit in the chair and say this.
Did I speak too fast?
Catherine, tell Patricia to move to the side a bit.
Who's your student?
Pardon me?
Sharon, yeah.
Tell Patricia to move to the side.
Oh, Patricia, move to the side, she says. Do you want to?
Have a good day.
What?
Have a good.
Well,
I can't hear.
the thing
Said have a good day.
Oh, same to you. Have a great night. Again, it's really, really lovely to meet you.
And
All
it's
of
a
you, too.
relative of one of those two women. I don't know if it's
See you.
relative of Maria's, who's already paying
Oh, they
us
were-
to come out to
That
work.
Hey.
Jonah.
Down.
Who is that one?
Much
Push down a little.
because
There
they
you
already
go.
got some money.
That one.
Up a little.
That's Jonah. When we came
That's Jonah playing soccer.
Jonah.
It was a little.
to Sabina, when we
And
came
the
to
thing
Sabina.
about-
That's what the last time we came to Sabina.
You would have to
Oh, he was in
like
Sabina.
Melanie, Marvin,
Jonah.
That's him when he was in
or like
Sabina.
Patricia and I, because
We were
I,
thinking we would postpone.
There you go. He's going to ask her something.
oh, that's exciting.
Because we can, it's a.
Sorry?
year
Oh.
or it's a month.
It's at $50.
When?
You want the picture?
$600.
Oh, this was
So
the
for $300,
2000,
you could co-sponsor. And then you could both
2010,
write or when you
2010.
do video or whatever.
What was this
Yeah.
one? Or 2007 then.
So because
What age?
It was a year and a half, I think.
Nearby,
if we
yeah.
need.
Wow.
1.5 years old, yes.
Yeah, you were very young.
When did you
Yeah.
The one kid.
Yeah, so we can tell them that.
go to America?
So it's, I think it's
Sunday.
I am from Nigeria. I'm not from Uganda.
So we will give it a
Oh,
chance.
But my wife,
or.
Sonny, he's asking you, when did you go to
Well, you
America?
can decide if you
When
want
did I go to
to
America?
Christchurch.
Oh man,
Like, when
it's a
I
long
do
time
it,
ago.
when I was in college, I write a check to Friends of
When I was in
Sabina,
college, yeah, I
and
came here to
mail
go
it
to
the
college.
address on the website,
That's
which is
2005, 2000.
So you
No,
would write a check for 300.
when was
she
it?
would write for
1995.
300,
That's
and
a
in the
long time
middle line, you
ago.
would put-
Oh, sorry. So you're Jonah's father.
Yes, I am. Yes. Yes.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
okay, okay.
His name is Sonny, and the lady to the left is Teddy, and that's Jonah's mom.
That's Teddy, yes.
Now, when did Teddy go to the States, the United States?
I think she came 94.
I just want to know how we
96.
put
They
this
might like
together.
to see you before you go.
96.
We had a tour in
And she's a nurse in America.
Yes.
Okay, wow.
So,
So
just for a minute.
Teddy is
because
Uganda.
Have you met?
Okay, very good. Where are you from in Uganda?
Nasana, but I grew up at Chwanga. I don't know if you know that orphanage at Chwanga.
Yeah, I do.
And then I was at Rakai, where you are right now, but
Right,
before it changed
Now
to what it is now.
Yeah.
Skopje district.
Yeah, and then we had another home in the center of Kampala, Daughters of Charity, and then there is one more at in Zambia. So I lived at all of them, but mostly in Kampala and then Chwanga.
Wow, incredible. Very nice to meet
So
you.
you met Sister Rose, Teddy?
Yes, that's who brought us to America in 1994 and 96 on the same tour she was on.
Wow.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
We need to introduce somebody who wants to be a sponsor. Okay. Okay, we have two people who want to co-sponsor Roger.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Can you sit right there or come closer?
Marvin, Megan, can you put Roger? Is Roger there?
No, he's not here, but I can send for him.
Okay.
Could you do that? Okay.
She's going to get Roger, you guys.
Here, you can tell.
Can you tell?
My name is Jen.
I'm Eileen.
Eileen.
They're going to get Roger
and
now.
You could tell something about yourselves to.
And my name is Marvin.
Okay, my name is Jen. Originally, I'm from Taiwan. I'm the Christchurch member since 2004 to now. 10 years ago, I see this group came to the church, dancing in the church, and the scene is so beautiful. I remember that all the time. And I'm so happy I have a chance can sponsor the kid with Eileen together.
Yes, thank you.
Hello, my name is Eileen. I only have been with Christchurch only this 1 year, and I'm very happy to sponsor it.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you. So we'll get Patricia, if you can gather their just names and emails for me and send later in the week.
Yeah, I'll take care of the liaison. And I think now Jane and Eileen need to leave, or at least Jane might be able to stay till they track down Roger. Marvin, are you and Melanie done? I think Steve wants to talk with.
For now, we will be.
Yeah.
But Marvin, I think you wanted to tell us a story while we were waiting for Roger.
Tell him a story.
Oh.
Here, go ahead.
Yes, Steve.
Is Sharon here?
My story.
Wait, hold on. Sharon?
Yes.
Is Sharon there? Sharon.
Has she?
1 second. Where did she
Okay.
go? Oh, Sharon went to get Roger.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Steve Sharon. Okay.
Yes.
We already committed.
You guys are doing great. We appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
Steve, how's Linda doing with the recuperation? She had.
We went for almost a 45-minute walk today, which was great for her, but
Wow.
there's
Nice.
still a lot of discomfort, but
Yeah,
there's
sorry.
progress. There's
Yeah.
progress.
Good, good. Okay.
And I was showing folks pictures from 10 years ago when we were all in Uganda. That was a great trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Anne-Marie, I think you had stepped away, but the two ladies that were just sitting there, they plan to sponsor Roger.
Guys, that is like incredible.
I
He's
think
a
it was
lovely young boy. And we're so grateful.
But it could be the custodian.
His mom is sleeping.
Okay, thank you for turning that on.
So how's the soccer going? Do you guys compete?
Yeah, so. and
Football.
not our regular
Great, we're switching teams to get the soccer boys. He's in the choir and he know you're a drummer.
Yeah. There's a funny story about Teddy, about Sonny rather. When he came to America, he went to Oklahoma University, and he saw this huge stadium that was a football stadium. He said, "Oh, they play soccer here."
That's a true story.
Yes. Unlike
Real
some
soccer.
others.
football.
Okay.
Is this Sharon? Oh, Sharon.
All right.
Bye, Sunny.
Bye. Maria, we'll talk, okay? I'll talk to
Linda
you.
on still?
They're-
Sharon is right there.
Sharon,
Yes.
how are you? I think Linda may have signed off, but how are you doing with school? Good?
Yes.
Yeah, you're doing well, I think. And we do see some reports on you, and they happen to be very good. That's why I said Linda and I are proud of you. And we haven't been to Uganda for 10 years. I'd like to go back. It was a little rough trip for Linda. She didn't like the food that much. But no, we had a great time there, and we'd love to come and visit you sometime if you'd let us.
But they're not.
Is that okay?
They're just yet.
Yeah, why?
Would you like to visit us? Us to visit you?
Tuesday night.
Yes.
Yes.
What are you? Are you a choir? Are you a dancer? Are you a netballer? What do you do? So,
She plays netball, right?
You take, if I'm not finished, to the freezer and bring next.
What do you play?
Okay, how about that?
And I'm gonna put these.
Yes.
You sing, that's right, you're in the choir?
Okay.
Will you sing a song for me?
Not finished.
I-
give a little. Which one
Okay,
do you
that's
like?
fun. Yeah.
Either my husband.
Which one did you like them to sing?
It's and they're gluten free.
Okay, it's good.
Yeah, Marvin and Sharon can sing.
You go. Okay. Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay. And don't empty the coffee yet. I brought 2 containers. Let me take care of the coffee. I'll take care of the coffee, the whole table. I'll do it. Okay, yeah, you can get rid of all of this stuff, but I'll do the coffee.
It's hard to hear on this end because Patricia is talking and she's close.
Oh, okay. That was very beautiful, Sharon. Thank you.
Oh,
You're going to challenge the other week. What happened to Sharon? Tell Uncle. Did you have chicken?
Yes, I had chicken pox. Now I'm fine.
Yay.
Good. Okay, who else has come in?
Nice meeting y'all. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you, Teddy.
Thank you.
Bye, Sunny.
Thank you.
Who would like to meet Roger?
Oh, wait. Jane and Eileen,
Okay.
they found
Sharon,
Roger.
goodbye, and keep working hard, and we really are proud of you. You're a great young lady.
Thank you.
Melanie, can you get your coffee?
Yes.
Let me.
Okay, where's Roger, you guys?
Hello. Okay.
Hello, Roger.
Hi, Roger.
Hi.
How are you?
Thank you very much for putting this
Oh, this was great.
Are you shy, Roger?
Let me just first give a little bit of background. Roger's never really, he's very young. And he was living with Uncle Danby because they had no funds to bring him to school, but they had some challenges and they really needed to bring him into Sabina, boarding section, yeah? So he's never been on Zoom and he's never had any of these opportunities to talk, so he might be a little shy right now, but why don't you say, please, we're gonna sponsor.
Roger, my name is Jane.
Hi, wave, Roger.
Yes. Hi, Roger.
Like 1996.
Nice to meet you. Okay.
Can you please hold Roger?
Hi, Roger.
Remember one?
I'm very happy to meet you.
The headmaster couldn't do the grades or something. I mean, it was.
Is he
Yeah.
still there?
What do you
Very
like to do
shy.
in school? Do you like to play football or drumming or singing? What do you like? Tell your
What do you like? Let me know.
Yeah,
And
that's what we
Aline.
need is a toxic workplace.
Can't hear him, you guys.
Ma- Megan, I couldn't hear.
Okay, one more time. You like to?
Play football.
Football. Wow, that is how great that you can do the exercise.
Yeah.
Do you play drum?
Can you play the drums? No, not yet.
No, not yet. And except the football, what do you like to do?
Tell Linda I said hi.
So in class, what subject?
What subject? What?
No, I said, yeah, don't say that.
What did he say, Megan?
Thank you for, I hope you didn't mind.
I didn't hear.
He likes science.
Huh?
He likes science.
Oh, you like science? Great.
I hope, how was Boy Scout camp?
Yes.
Should I ask him something?
My daughter, she's in her 30s now, but she likes science the best too.
Ah.
Her daughter likes science.
Yeah, Sunny is in.
Yeah.
What is your favorite food, Roger?
Follow me to
Favorite
drive
food?
somebody
Are
anywhere.
you sure?
Yes.
Because I'm gonna be away for a week while he's in Morocco too.
I will help. I'll take the boys where they need to go to practices and so on.
Thank you so much. Are you
Just
sure?
let me, yes,
okay.
I will do
So,
it.
Roger,
I can
favorite
eat
food,
here.
you can let me know later. But if you like the Chinese food, I can teach you to make Chinese food.
Ooh, yummy.
You can feed us all. That would be
You
great.
can FaceTime with me when you have a chance. I give you very easy, you will know how to make the best Chinese food
And I can
Ooh,
for
yummy.
all your friends.
soccer.
Okay?
Wow, wow. Yes.
And you know, as Megan's here for the whole year, and I'm in and out, we really want to continue the connection because some of these kids are just opening up, and Roger's new to the program, so he's a little bit shy. But you can FaceTime if you're interested, so you can easily reach out to Megan and I, and we can organize with Megan a FaceTime, and it's Maria introduced to me a young boy. His name was Robert. It was a friend of hers, and it was their son. And he FaceTimed with two of our footballers. And literally, they took my phone and disappeared. I think I said to Megan, "Make sure they're okay." They just went walking around the campus.
Yeah.
So as these boys get a little, and Roger gets just a little more comfortable with the school, I'm sure a nice FaceTime with you, one-on-one with you guys, it'd be nice.
Yes, we were happy to do that. And then Aline we are in the same community. We are in the same neighborhood. So Megan, if you can do the FaceTime when the convenient for you guys, and then we were happy have a chance to talk to him, and more he will know us, and then we can. This is the first time we sponsor this. I'd like to know what we can build up this friendship with him. So Maria and Anne-Marie, I never do this. I just like to know how we get it easy to know him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And
we're
when
gonna
you
start, oh, sorry, you go.
I wanted to ask Megan. I wanted to ask Megan where she's from in Ireland. I'm from Craigenback,
Where's that? Which county is that?
Northern Ireland.
All right, okay. I'm from County Clare, the west.
Oh, that's
Very far away from the border.
But I'm, Megan and I are cousins. My father's from Headford, Galway. My mother's from Clare. So my mother and Megan's grandfather are brothers and sisters. So, but I've been up north quite a bit. Is it anywhere near Derry?
Yeah, it's in County Armagh, Craigenback. It's right.
Oh,
Lovely. Yeah.
Yes, I'd like to ask Roger. He's 10 years old. His age. How old you are?
Stepping in without consulting us.
Huh? 10 years.
To say he was going to raise the.
How old? Say again.
Megan, how old?
10 years old.
10 years.
10 years old. I'm so great. My granddaughter, oldest one, is 8.5 years old. So when he have the chance, maybe when my granddaughter visit me this summer, and then you
Yes,
can
it's,
talk to her.
he's
She's
something else.
she's
But if
1
we
year
get to
different
pay
than you.
Richard more, because
When did Roger
heartwarming how
start at
he
Sabina?
praised his own skill.
Well, he was with Uncle
I was
Danby.
really
His
touched
mother
by
was
that.
working
I didn't
and
really
had
know
issues
all
during
that.
COVID. She was up in Kampala cleaning houses, and
You know,
Danby
I do
kept
think
him
that's
at his house. But then
You
Danby
tilt
had
it, Molly.
challenges,
Yeah.
and
Okay, you
he
tilt
had
it
to
to the
move
edge.
to Sabina. His mother worked at the church.
Go ahead.
The church changed. It'll be in his profile, but his
Just in
mother
case.
worked
Very
at
smart.
Sanjay and had to go to Kampala. So he's been part of Sabina since baby class, yeah?
It's his whole life.
Yeah. But this is the first time he's a boarder. He's never been a.
Flip the lid.
Yay!
Wow.
Yeah, and his mother is living in Kampala, trying to make some money from washing laundry for families, and then, but she struggles, so, yeah.
So you are very brave young man now because you boarded school. You had to
Okay, that's enough.
stay with all the friends and
I'm
your
gonna put
teacher
some-
together. I know it's not easy for the 10 years old
Let's do
now.
the,
My granddaughter today,
Oh, the
she
lid
just
is-
go
Yes.
to the one campus for stay there
Well, can we just wash them and
a
lay 'em
week.
here?
It's the first time, you know, she grew in American, and it's first time away from her parent a week. Had to stay the campus on 1 week. So this morning I talked to her before she on the bus. I said, "Wow, after this a week, she is be a big girl." So the same like you, Roger. You are the big boy right now. It can help your mom.
Yes.
Well, they're supposed to be for tea.
So, well, ladies, when you get a chance, ask Patricia to show you how to download What's WHAT
Oh,
app,
you mean the
APP.
neighbors?
It's an app that we put on our telephones so that you can call Uganda for free and you can FaceTime for free.
Was
on that
before the
app.
pandemic.
Oh, that's great to know. Okay.
And that's how we communicate with people in the US.
Oh, okay.
App.
All right.
I can
I will
do
ask them.
the
Okay.
rim.
Melanie, would you like to say something?
Good, so they're probably tired now.
Oh, okay. It's late for you guys, and I just say goodbye to you and good night.
Diane and I did
Nice to see you. And yes, and hope I see you next time.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, you guys. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Yes.
Patricia?
Yes, I'll be right there.
Yes.
Okay. So I can dump those. I'm gonna keep the coffee grounds. Okay.
Patricia, are we signing off?
Okay, let me. I think it's late for them right now.
Okay.
Patricia, should we sign off with you? Patricia, thank you
Yes.
so much. The
sure.
dry run yesterday was so great, and you've done an incredible job. Maria and I can't thank you enough, Patricia.
Well, it was really fun to see you, to see Richard, the librarian, and most of all of you students. I'm so excited to have you all here. We really want to, and there's Patricia. We really want you to succeed, and we're so excited as you learn and experience netball and girls glow and football and. We're just really eager to keep in touch. So think of us and we'll think of you, and congratulations for a wonderful term. Bye-bye.
All right, give her flowers. Flowers.